Hi everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Alyssa and this is our March 2023 budget closeout video. If you like budgeting content, planning content, and side hustle content, make sure you hit that subscribe button in the bottom corner down here. Give this video a big thumbs up. It does really help out my YouTube channel and I would be so appreciative of it. So I had a lot of expenses in the second half of March, as you can see here. This was the first half of March. So the second half I did fill up 2 full pages. So I ended up doing my total calculations just on an extra expense tracker back here, which I'm thankful the Budget by Paycheck workbook does allow for that. So this is all of the add-ups for the different categories. If you have been following my channel for a while, you know I pretty much follow it to a T the way the Budget Mom does it, and it is by using the highlighter method. So here are all of my expenses with the highlighters, and it is attached to the correct category or corresponding with the correct category. But if we go back to the budget that we had set up at the beginning of, the second half of March, I actually went through and did a lot of the numbers already for you guys, just because I'm trying to speed up the video. I've been very busy lately, and honestly, I've been a little unmotivated to film anything. So I just went ahead and did all of the numbers and kind of closed everything out. So I'm gonna walk you through it. For the income for the second half of March, so this was the 15th through the 31st, I did have my paycheck, which was $18.13. Side hustle income was $310. Savings use, I ended up having $810. I can't remember as to why I ended up having more. I believe I just took some money from savings and put it towards debt for specific reasons. I know I got a refund check from actually the pet insurance company of $436. So I took some money from my pet sinking fund to pay off some of the debt that I had put on the Alaska Airlines card. We'll talk about that a little bit down here. So my total inflow for the second half of March was $3,369. If we move on to the fixed expenses, it was actually to the T of what I had anticipated. So for rent, utilities, Spotify, Peacock, which is the streaming service, LA Fitness, which is my gym, student loan savings, therapy, Acorns, which is investing in the Merrill Lynch, it was also investing. So that total came out to $845, leaving me left over with $2,524 for the rest of the month. Moving down to variable expenses. So in addition to the pet sinking fund that I use, I also use my Costco sinking fund. So I ended up spending $160 at Costco, which is why this number is way higher than it normally is. If I wouldn't have used that money, if I wouldn't have gone to Costco, my grocery budget, it probably would have been over anyhow because I would have had to buy additional groceries, but it would have been, if you subtract the $160 from the Costco, it would actually be under this $100. So I'm feeling pretty good about that. Eating out, I was way under budget, you guys. I mean, talk about amazing. I really honed this down, and it really came from getting stuff at Costco that was easy to make, that I could make it a lot, and it was easy to just throw it in the microwave, set it, or bring it into work. Then I always had food on me, so I didn't have to go out and buy lunch. So actually my eating out budget for these 2 weeks, which was so amazing, was only $89, which is really great for me because if you know, I am a sucker for eating out. Gas and car was $160. I ended up paying or taking some money from savings to pay off an oil change here. Investments, this is just the roundups from the Acorns. Oh, before we get too far into it, did you guys notice the new highlighting I did? I decided from now on, I actually went back and did it for the other budget that we set up at the beginning of the month, is that if there's an expense, the expenses up here, I'm going to highlight for the categories that are also associated down here and make sure I highlight it here. So just when I close out the budget at the end of the month, it's easy to just look at it visually by the colors and know, okay, this investment, we got to calculate this for the budget side of things, and then also calculate it for the total spent. Anyhow, so we're gonna keep moving on. So investments was $18. This is the roundups for Acorns. Because I didn't really swipe my card that much, I don't think. Like, it's the transaction. I did a lot of payments for like debt and stuff, but I didn't do a lot of like swiping of my debit card. It was all online payments. I didn't have a lot of like roundups to be had. Fun entertainment only ended up being $70. Nothing for holiday. Self-care for the nails, we did spend the $50. Miscellaneous ended up being $56. I bought some stuff for my office at work. Travel, nothing, and pets ended up only being $29, and that's a subscription service I actually have for some litter for my cat. So total expenses was $724. It was over what we had budgeted, but that's honestly due to Costco and yeah, pretty much Costco, because everything else was kind of under budget here. Then we go up to sinking funds. So everything went as planned, except for I've been doing this thing where when I transfer the money from my checking account to my Ally account, I forget to take out the Costco. So I always end up transferring like more than I need to. And so I ended up transferring like the $310, and I was like, oh shoot, like I actually need to go to the bank. And so I went to the bank and I took out $40 in cash. I just went ahead and did 40 because I had the money in there. So I ended up putting $40 more into the Costco account. That does not include the $160 that I took out. These are completely separate. And so my total ended up being $350. And then I ended up putting that extra 20 that I had transferred over into pets. So that's why that's a little bit more, and why the total was $40 over. So the 20 here and then the 20 here. So that left us with $1,450 going into debt. So for debt, I did put $925 towards my Alaska card, and a lot of that was actually from the savings that I pulled from the pet. Because it happened like a month and a half ago or something, I was like, you know what, I'm not going to put it in the pet category. I could have. It wouldn't have made a difference in the budget. It will make a difference in the numbers closing out the budget, but for me that's not really an important piece here. The fact is I paid off that debt. That is the important side of it. And then also the payback from the vet or from the pet insurance company went to the Alaska card too. And then for the Discover card, I just had a balance of $244, so I just paid off the full balance. So that means I paid $1,169 towards debt for these 2 weeks. So it left me with $281 left over. When I was closing out my budget, I realized I had $262 left over. So I transferred all of that to sinking funds. I just sprinkled it across all of these. I was like, I'm not gonna go back in here and like redo these numbers, because every time I make the transaction to my Ally account, I write these in immediately just so I don't forget like what went where. So I just put extra money towards sinking funds, $262, and then somehow, somewhere, I'm off by $19. I don't know what the rhyme or reason is. I'm not honestly going to go spend an hour or two going through my budget, combing through just to find $19. Like, I'd rather just have those hour and a half back of my life than worry about this $19. I know at the end of the month, like, my budget is at zero. So somewhere I just missed a calculation, or I miscalculated, or I missed a transaction, but $19 in the grand scheme of things is really not that much. I am bummed though, because I was on such a great roll with like closing out at zero. Like, even the first half of March, it was literally zero at the end. So I'm a little bit bummed on that side of things, but it's okay. I'm not going to beat myself up. We're going to move on. And I'm so thankful that I put so much towards sinking funds this month, so much towards debt this month. So let's actually hop over to the end of the month. So like I said, I kind of already did these numbers for you. My earned income was $3,628 for the month of March. Other income, which is sinking funds, refunds, tax refund, that's where I wrote this little star here, was $5,111. And then savings used, I used $1,160. So giving me a total monthly inflow of $9,899. For the first time, I don't think ever, but in a very long time, my eating out budget is green for the month. If you have been following along, you know a lot of these are kind of red all the time because I go over budget. Going over in debt and savings, totally fine. I'd ideally like those to be the only red. I highlight on pink because I don't have a red highlighter. The only red ones that, you know, are over budget, but it doesn't always happen like that. If I just paid like a little extra towards travel and vacation. I had under budgeted by $10. If it, it's like coulda, shoulda, woulda type of thing. Anyhow, we're not going to dwell on that, but I am very, very proud of the month of March here. And the reason grocery was over was because of the Costco. I just hadn't incorporated that. I wasn't anticipating going to Costco. And one day I was like, oh man, like I kind of have a lot of cash in here for the Costco. Like, let me go to Costco, get some stuff that's like really easy to like heat up, keep in the freezer, so like I can do quick grab and go meals, and I don't have to do grab and go from like a fast food place, because that adds up so fast these days. Fast food, I'm not gonna go on a rant, but man, I used to get Taco Bell for like $5, and now it's like $13 for the same meal. Absolutely insane. But not too much on that. So grocery, I've been really trying to implement a better process for myself. And then debt, so thankful I went over by $1,000, which is great. Savings by $352, I was over budget. Fun entertainment, I was over by $41. I can't remember exactly why. Oh, it was because I paid for indoor soccer and I hadn't anticipated that expense like I should have. And then travel and vacay was just $10, so I'm not going to sweat that. So overall, I did really, really well with the category breakdown for the month of March. Very proud of myself here. But let's jump into the where did my money go for the monthly debt and savings breakdown. So for the debt, like I said, I had $9,899 in total monthly inflow, but my total debt amount was $2,658, and that was 27% of the total monthly inflow I paid towards debt. Fan-freaking-tastic, you guys. I'm so happy about that. And then of that 2,658, 76% of it went towards the Alaska Airlines credit card, and 24% of it went towards the Discover credit card. For the savings, so the total monthly income for the savings is literally this number here minus your savings used. So that gave me $8,739. The total savings that I saved basically this month was $4,122, thanking the tax refund for really that high amount, and that was 47% of my total monthly income. If we're just talking inflow, the total amount was 42%. So of the $4,122, 37% of it went towards my student loan, 20% of it went towards my emergency fund. So I am now officially at $10,000 in my emergency fund. Yay, I'm so happy about that. And then 42% of it went towards sinking funds, which goes directly into my Ally checking account or savings, high yield savings account. So that is really the March monthly debt and savings breakdown, and really the whole overarching March closeout. You guys know I don't use a monthly spending comparison because money is just like crazy, and I just like don't think it really works for me to compare month to month, because every month is just so different in my life between the debts and the travel and like income. Like, I'm not even gonna sweat it. Like, it's just so tedious for me to do this. If you find it helpful, more power to you, y'all. More power to you. And the monthly meal plan, I tried a meal plan. I do my best to do like grab and go meals. I think I've said that like 5 times on this video, especially with the grocery budget, but I don't meal plan. My life is too crazy to like stick to a schedule. I've got a rough meal plan that I stick to. I bring food into work for the week, and then I just eat that, and then I just kind of fend for myself at home. But anyhow, I hope you enjoyed that video. Make sure you do hit that subscribe button, give this video a big thumbs up. It does help out my YouTube channel. Please leave a comment below and let me know how your March budget went. Like, what were some like positives that you got from March? Maybe what were some areas of improvements that you could have done? And what are you hoping to work on in April going forward? So I appreciate each and every one of you for watching this video. Please go out and enjoy the rest of the day wherever you're watching it, and I will see you in my next one real soon. Bye, guys.